So when you talk about I want to talk about Unbound and how you so courageously share with us a lot of the trauma that you had to face as a young person, as a girl. And the idea, I was thinking about this conversation and thinking so much of that trauma happened in those early streets, and
Mhm.
how you reconcile that place. Like, how do you reconcile your feelings of that place being a place of family and warmth and love and community, and also these horrible things that you survived?
It's interesting. I really do love the Bronx. I love where I'm from. And when I think about home and I think about the Bronx, I still feel a warm feeling. I still feel a loving feeling because we can still love things and we still love people who harmed us, right?
Mm.
And we still have to, many of us have to live and work and love and worship and learn in the places where we were
Coexist.
harmed. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We have to exist in the places where we were harmed. It's just the reality of our lives. And so I think as a matter of reality and function that I learned to extract the pieces and the parts of it that brought me joy and comfort um, from home because I have the moment of trauma and the place where the trauma happened is one thing, but I have so much more happiness
Mm.
and love that comes from that place than I do harm. Um,
Mm.
I just when I think of it, like, and a lot of that came as an adult too, right? A lot of that came from
Yeah.
reflection because I was very anxious to get away from the Bronx at one
Mm.
point in my life. I was very when I wanted to go to college away from home. I wanted to get
Yeah.
out of New York, and I'm sure you went through the same thing where it was just like
Totally.
as soon as I could get out, I wanted to get out. But
Yeah.
then when I got away and I wanted to get out, I mean, I think it's good to get out into the world. And I realized how much New York and how much the Bronx taught me. And then
Mm.
I was like, oh, I'm ready to go back, and maybe not to live in the Bronx again, but I just appreciate it so much. That's how I've been able to sort of reconcile that. There's a sense of stability. There's that resilience. There's all these lessons that I have pulled from my upbringing and even my in adulthood. When I needed to get stable in my life, I went back home. Right? When I needed to
Mm.
get some clarity, I went back home.
Mm.
When I
Mm.
needed safety, I went back home. Right? There's all these
Mm.
times that I needed things in my life. I had to go back home to get it.
Were you able to experience how different you are from the little girl who walked those streets?
Yes, very
Yeah.
much so. I even went back to the space, to the actual
Mm.
space where I experienced harm for the first time ever.
So you went to that space with your daughter.
Yeah, when we were filming the trailer and they were like, my daughter uses they pronouns and they were like, "Are you sure, mommy?" And I said, "Yeah." I literally, even when I was a kid, I never went back there I used to avoid that space all the time. And I stood there and I don't know what I expected, but it was nothing. It was just me standing. I didn't cry. I didn't. I was just standing there staring at it, and it's funny, it's such a smaller area than I thought. I had made it
Mm.
larger than life in my brain all these years because I was
Yeah,
7, so everything looks bigger,
that's
right?
right.
It was a smaller
Yeah.
space. So walking that space, I felt powerful even because I was like, "Wow, look at how small all of this is in comparison to how big I am." Not just
Mm.
physically, how big I am as a person, how much I've grown.
Spiritually, emotionally,
Spiritually,
intellectually.
emotionally, it's right, all the ways that I've grown in 40 years,
Mm.
and the things that I've avoided that I didn't even have to avoid because I'm so much bigger than this.